Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Ron, and I am the guy that talks too much, aka the Rush of YouTube, aka Mr. Snap a lot. Now, guys, today's topic is to call out the hypocrisy of modern day society, right? Where they encourage people to cry, not people, they encourage men to cry. You know, men should be more vulnerable. Men should express their feelings even more. Men should communicate how they feel. Men should have a safe space to talk. But when a man does that, he get gaslighted beyond belief. Today's video is about what you already seen. You know, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson cried in an interview with Piers Morgan. And all these crazy lunatics on the internet went berserk, started gaslighting him, making fun of him. And now, I'm pretty sure you already saw the interview. If not, go watch it on Piers Morgan Exposed channel or watch some of it on YouTube. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about specifically the people gaslighting Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. I have this loser, you know, one of those white knights that think he's going to get brownie points with people because, you know, he's carrying an agenda to gaslight people he doesn't agree with, and how pathetic some of these people can be when they're trying to get their point across. As you already know, watch the video to the end. Don't go nowhere. Let's get to the content. Bah! Before you watch this video, I'm giving you a trigger warning. This guy's ignorance is beyond belief. He's going to trigger you. You'll be warned.
This video of Jordan Peterson crying because someone called him an incel.
Right away, I watched the whole interview. That was a tiny bit of the interview. He did not cry because somebody called him an incel. Right away, starting with lies.
I want to ask you just quickly, the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community.
That lady made a movie, and for those that don't know, that lady made a movie and called it, I guess, she based the main character on Dr. Jordan B. Peterson and named it the King of Incels. And I heard that movie was trash. I'm not even going to watch it.
Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not?
Okay, thanks for confirming what everybody already knew.
Why not?
Again, being disingenuous. He's like, it's more like saying, like, if that's how they feel about me, oh, if that's what they call me, all right, cool. But, you know, to idiots like this, that's a confirmation. But, you know, these are the people to claim to be smart, but they don't understand sarcasm.
You know, people have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. Now, what a terrible thing to do that is.
Extremely terrible.
I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
What the fuck? The marginalized. God forbid men who want to kill women who won't fuck them are pushed to the fringes of society. Am I right? The difference between even how a piece of shit like Piers Morgan.
No, you're very wrong. He's not talking about those weirdos that be on Reddit, that they hate women and they hate life. He's talking about those 33% of men who left college, right, because they don't feel welcome. He's talking about those men from 20-something to 30 that are sexless and hopeless and single. He's talking about those men who go through mental struggles. He's talking about those men that actually auto-delete themselves. Y'all know what that means by deleting themselves, because you can say the word on YouTube. Those men who are lost in life. Those men who are struggling. Those men who are looking for hope. Not those dusty-ass, what you call it, incels who hate women, who are a small pocket of the population, who live in their mom's basement, all day on Reddit, got nothing going on for them. No, he's talking about everyday men, asshole.
Morgan characterizes incels lonely, despicable, weirdo men. And Jordan Peterson's characterization of incels as disaffected, marginalized young men really speaks to Jordan Peterson's philosophy regarding this whole incel situation.
Really speak to you being a dumbass who have no facts and you talk shit without knowing.
That the true victims of this overt ideological misogyny that can...
And this is what they do, like these pseudo-intelligent betas. This is what they do. They use a little fancy words, thinking that makes them smart. That's the best. This guy looks like he got some sort of liberal arts degree or some useless shit. He look like he didn't even change the tire. You know, a complete definition of a beta.
Contributes to violence against women are men. The incels themselves, actually. Incel, for those who don't know, is a self-identifier and a shorthand for involuntarily...
Had to fix my focus. Sorry about that.
Celibate. Of course, meaning that they are celibate, but not by their own choice, placing the responsibility of their celibacy on those who won't fuck them. This type of ideology, while clearly unfathomably stupid, is also clearly very dangerous. Notable incels include mass murderer Elliot Rodger.
Of course, they're gonna nitpick. You know how these idiots do. They nitpick a certain thing and then say, all these men are like this. And by the way, I'm not defending no goddamn incels. Incels get no love from me. They're not real men. They're a different type of beta from this beta. But definitely, I'm not promoting violence against women or any of that shit. That's not promoted here.
Mass murderer Jake Davison and mass murderer Alec Minassian, who Jordan has spoken about in the past. But before I get into Jordan Peterson talking about Alec Minassian's motivation for this killing, that is that he was unfuckable and thus mad at God.
Of course, of course.
And his proposed solution of enforced monogamy. Let's listen to what else Jordan Peterson says to Piers Morgan in defense of incels.
It's making you emotional to talk about that.
Well, God, you know, it's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. And what do they mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's
why they have a whole men-related content on the internet where these losers pay thousands of dollars just trying to be men. Or some of them do spend, some men that are really looking to improve themselves do spend money to improve themselves. So
so what does it mean? They don't know how to make themselves attractive to women. Okay, so men mad because women picky, which is women's gift.
That's your gift.
I'm not gonna keep looking at this shit because it's making me mad. And he went through some other bullshit. But this, 5 years from now, you're gonna see this guy in the news because he did something to a woman. Ladies, if you're watching, be careful with this type of guy, because he's what I talk about in this channel, the nice guy. But anyways, let's talk about the real men, the one who are demoralized, the one who's disenfranchised, the one who's been marginalized, right? Because what this idiot doesn't know, that just based on a man's income, he can be a good man, a woman-loving man, God-fearing man, and just because he makes $45,000 a year, he was already disqualified. So think about all these men. And by the way, women don't owe men absolutely anything. I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination. What I'm saying is, you got men 18 to like 35, right, who are lost in life. Some of them are addicted to drugs. Some of them are dealing with mental issues. Some of them been abused from early childhood by their parents, the people around them. They've been bullied. They can express themselves. They get gaslighted on the daily on social media. And I'm not saying none of that's the reason for a man to go hate a woman or take his anger on a woman. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Jordan Peterson represents and talks to those men who feel hopeless. If you go look at some of his videos, right, on his channel, and you look under his comments, you're going to see how many men are saying like, yo, I read your book, 12 Rules of Life, which is on my queue, which I'm going to read. And it changed my life. Yo, after I went through your content, I came out of a depression. I became a better man, because Jordan Peterson started with the most simple, basic advice. And that's what really, one of the advices that showed him, that made him viral outside of arguing with crazy ass feminists, it was clean your room. Something so simple that a lot of men without a dad or without the proper structure grew out with, right? I grew up in a mom with a dad, and I've been making my bed nonstop since I was 5 years old. Well, maybe nonstop, but you know what I meant. What I'm saying is, a lot of men don't grow up with that type of structure, that type of discipline. So Jordan B. Peterson speak to these men, not to incel who are crazy, that feel that they're entitled to women and that women must sleep with them or beat their girlfriends just because. No, you and the rest of the internet and the people that believe this shit, y'all all stupid. And y'all gaslight these sending men, the same men y'all telling them, open up, be more vulnerable. How you want them to open up and be more vulnerable when y'all do shit like this? Especially to a man like Jordan B. Peterson, who have influenced a lot of men to do good, never to do bad. I've never seen none of Jordan B. Peterson content saying go hurt women, do this. If anything, he's trying to make better men so they can. Better men equals a safer society and a better world. But with people like you and the rest of you fucking idiots, I was trying not to curse. How can they get ahead, right? It's a hypocrisy, but.